Hi there, hope you're having a fantastic week, feeling a little more organized and a little less cluttered as you make your way closer to the start of the school year. But today's video is all about Mama feeling glamorous and beautiful as she makes her way out on the town for a Friday or Saturday night. I would like to do for you an overall look, start to finish, of an evening glamorous look that takes advantage of the cut crease eye technique, which is actually a wonderful technique to use as you get older because our eyelids sag a little bit. We have less real estate up here to play with, and so utilizing that technique really opens up the eye and makes it look bright. We're also heading into fall, and I know it's 150 degrees out there, it's blazing hot, but all the new trends are out, so I'm going to do a look that plays more into the fall look. And granted, it is August, so these are colors and trends that you can start tapping into now that will work all the way through the season. So just for the record, I have moisturized and I have put a primer on my eyelids. It's a creaseless primer to get the eyelids ready for an application. I'm going to use my Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, and the color that I'm using today is medium number 62. FACEatelier, which as you know is a brand that I adore, they have this foundation, ultra foundation. It's called Heat, and as you can see, it's a reddish brown, and what this does, you can add this to any foundation you have, and throughout the summer months, as you get a little bit of color, it will deepen your foundation, so you don't have to go out there and buy 3 or 4 different colors just to get the right look. So I'm going to do a pump and a tiny pump of heat just to get it a little bit warmer to match my skin color now. The angled brush is a bamboo brush, and I bought it at Walgreens. Don't have to spend a lot, you just have to look for the right brushes that match the type of application you're going for. I know it looks a little bit on the yellow side right now, but don't you worry. Once highlighter, contour, and blush are applied, it's amazing how everything evens out pretty quickly. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take a lighter shade of Kat Von D, and I'm going to apply this to my eyelids now. This particular color is medium. Take a little bit on my fingers and just pat it in, making sure to blend really well around the nose and on top of the lid. Now that that is done, I will take my concealer, which is Tarte and in the color Tan. Again, pat and push under the eye. I push in the middle, the corners of the eye, bringing it down onto the cheekbone, out to the sides, and just patting. The leftover I will take right here between my eyebrows and on the bridge of my nose, right here in the smile lines, very lightly. And for the purpose of highlighting and contouring, I will also take a tiny bit, pat, and I'm going to go right here on the cheek, on the bottom part of the jaw, just below the hollow of the cheek where we're going to contour. I'm going to highlight right here. So I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer right down here. Of course, my favorite, the FACEatelier Translucent Ultra Loose Powder in number 1. And I just use a little buff pad with it. And I will use that powder starting under the eye, press on top of the lid. It's a great foundation for the eyeshadow work that we're going to be doing. Bringing it down on the forehead. I'm going to leave a little bit of loose powder under the eye using a brush just to catch any eyeshadow that might fall. So now we have our canvas ready for the look that we're going to create. First, I'm going to start with my eyebrows. My poor little skimpy eyebrows need mega help, so I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Caramel to start filling them in. I'm using very soft, even strokes, following my brow line, but going a little bit above and below to add some fullness and definition that's missing. And we'll finish this off with a little shading with powder. Okay? That's better, isn't it? Okay, so now that that's been done with the pencil, I will take a very flat angled brush. This is Saddle, and I use this to now fill in the eyebrows. Again, very short, light strokes. You don't want this to look too heavy or too thick. The key is to make them look as natural as possible when you fill in. The brows are done, and I have this new palette that I love, Tartelette. Just found it at Ulta. Look at these beautiful colors. They're all in matte shades, which I love, but you've got a row of browns, plums, and neutral gray with a black. So we're going to use this kit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the lightest color, Super Mom. Ta-da! That would be this one right here. And we will use this to coat the entire eye. I will use a MAC brush, nice flat one, really pushing into the crease, because this is where we want our highlight. And I will also take that color right here under the brow bone. Again, pushing into the crease, because the key with the cut crease is creating the illusion of a crease being higher than where it is. Now for a cut crease look, you want to use a pencil that has staying power. You don't want one that smudges, and you also want a thin tip. I actually find that an eyebrow pencil is terrific for this. This is an eyebrow pencil by MAC, and the color is Strut. So it's sort of a reddish brown naturally to go with my eyebrows, but I'm going to be using a plum color in the crease anyway, so a reddish brown works quite well. So you take your little pencil, and now what you do, you find the natural crease of the eye, mine is right here. You're going to go a hair above that, and you're going to basically create a line that follows what God gave you. And if you have to, pull it taut. So you are essentially doing a cutout. And again, we will use shadow over this. But what I'm trying to do is open up the eye. And you can see the effect that that has just by drawing in the line. So there is our cut to open up the eye, and we've now created a new crease that's a little bit higher than what we normally have. At this point, I'm going to use a very small brush, quite firm, and I'm choosing Best Friend, which is this plum color right here, to now go above that line and accentuate it. So I'm applying it on that line and bringing it slightly up. And I'll be using a big blending brush as well. Be careful not to go below and cut into that nice white area that we've created. And just take your time with this. The key is blending and softening up that line. Okay, and now I'm going to take another brush, this one with a little bit more of a wider, flatter edge, and I'm going to choose a color to go above, and I'm going to play around with Force of Nature, which is this one. It's sort of a peachy color. And that's going right up here. Again, just blending up and out. And that added a little bit warmth to the area just below the brow bone. Okay. The next thing, and this is such a fun technique, I am going to now add a darker color to the outside of the eye, and I will use, oh boy, multitasker. You know, these colors are great. They were written for mothers. You see this dark brown right here? We're going outside. Now, if you have a hard time making a nice smooth line, here's a great technique. Take a card, any card. I'm using my Pinkberry, but you can use a card and place the angle like so. And then when you apply your dark color, you stay within the lines. I know, you can thank me later. And see what a nice edge that made? It works like a charm. Great. So we're really creating a nice dramatic cat eye look. And now what we can do, again, take the light color that we used and Supermom, again, to really accentuate the lid. I'm going to also use a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black on the outer color. Again, if you want to use your handy little card, go for it. Just for a little bit of drama. Okay, the next thing I will do is I will go back to my very light shade again, and go right underneath the brow bone to really bring that out. And I also want to go back, and you can do this a couple of times. I find that I layer my eyeshadow. I start off conservatively, and if I want to build and make things a little bolder or deeper, I just go back, and I'm going to work in the crease again because I want this to be a little bit darker. Okay, and again, I will blend with Force of Nature. And there we go. Eyeshadow look is created. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do now is line the top lashes, and we will wing it out a bit to match the eyeshadow look that we've created. And just follow, go very slowly and carefully. How far you want to wing it is up to you. I don't overdo it. I'm not 20, but I do like the wing look. And I keep the line thin along the lashes because I don't want to cut into that nice white look that I've created on my lid. Same thing for the other eye. And I will finish it up with lining in the waterline, both upper and lower lids. This is L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering in black. And my liquid liner, of course, my favorite, Milani. Oh, I love that stuff. Eye tech perfection. That it is. Now we will smudge the lower lashes, and I will use the color that I used in the crease of my eye, Best Friend, that really pretty soft purple color. I will use to smudge underneath my eye. And once you've done that, I always have a brush on standby. This has a little bit of concealer left over. If I feel I need to smooth anything out under my eyes, I will just take that brush and blend anything that may have fallen. I will take an eyelash curler, get those lashes curled. And yep, Rocket Volume Express. Build them up. Now you can choose to do lower lash mascara with this look or not. I find for me, as I'm trying to create more of an open look and the emphasis going up, I prefer doing lashes on the top and leaving the bottom undone. Falsie time! I will use Kiss number 02. I don't go too crazy with my falsies. That's just not a look that I want to have. I like to keep it a little more natural looking, but it just gives some thickness and fullness to the lash line. I'm using the Andrea clear eyelash glue. I'm going to have to cheat and look over at this other mirror if you don't mind, and just work with it until it fits right. Really, I mean, I look like pebbles. This is ridiculous. I cannot wait to finish this look up. Oh, I have this great contour kit by Anastasia, by the way. This is wonderful. Look at all the different contouring and highlighting shades. Yes, in every color. Have fun with this. So I will use a nice flat brush, and I'm going to start my contouring, and I mix these two colors right here. And I will contour in the hollows of my cheek. If you have to do duck face, whatever works. Light, soft strokes. Those same two colors will go underneath the jawline. Starting here at the chin. Sweep it under the side and the side. And then just pull it down. Same thing for the tip. And right along the sides of the nose. Okay, same thing for around your face. All right, and now we're going to pop on some blush, and then I will follow up with a highlighter. The blush that I am using is Plum Foolery. Nice little sparkly plum color. Actually, I really should not emphasize the sparkle. It's very, very light, but it's got a little kick to it for nighttime. So that will go right on the cheek. And followed by a little highlighting. Again, back to my wonderful highlight and contour kit. And again, I will mix the yellow and a pink to get just the right shade. And these two will go right here to the side of the eye and under. And again, this really helps to accentuate that eye look again. Same highlighting right here for the middle of the forehead and straight down the bridge of the nose. We're going to follow it up now with lips. I'm going to use a really pretty plum color. This is by Maybelline and it is Plum Paradise. Really nice color. Not too dark, but deep enough. And you can go, if you're very dark hair, dark skin, you can go really dark with this if you want to. I'm using a lip liner by MAC. It's a plum color, but look how old it is. It's got wood shavings. Anyway, find yourself a really nice dark plum. And make sure it's very sharp. When you use a dark color, you want it precise. So here we go. Want me to zoom in? Okay. Ta-da! Okay, so makeup look is complete. Now it's time to tackle the mane. Okay, so I've got a relatively big barrel curling iron here, about 1.5 inches in diameter. And out of all the fall hair looks that I'm liking, there are a couple of trends. First of all, a very low ponytail, chignon, and waves. Very casual beachy wave, either center part or very heavy side part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some waves in my hair, and I've got the curling iron on a very low heat setting because I don't want too much curl in my hair. So I just want a little bit of bend going on, and I'm not going to curl the ends. I prefer the ends to be a little bit straighter. So again, you get that more sort of natural scrunched look. You've been hanging out at the beach. That's what we're going for here. So I'm going to take large sections and I will start curling at the root, pulling it forward and just twisting as I go, but leaving the ends out so they're not getting curled with the rest of it. And I will work my way around the bend. You just kind of lift, you just pull this and just pull your hair through. Starting at the root, you get a nice little root lift by doing that, and then just pull it through and release it. So you're really not holding it in there too long. And I'm doing large sections because again, I want more of a beachy wave and not really individual tight curls. And just work it section by section, going all the way around your head. Shouldn't take too long. Bottom part I'm just going to flip up a little bit because I don't have a lot of hair in the back, but I just want it to have a little bit of kick and volume. And as I move my way around, I just take my fingers and brush it over from one side to the other. We're getting there. I think this is the first tutorial where I've done everything from start to finish. First time for everything, right? Hang with me. I know it's longer than normal. I can do a very deep side part, which is really big right now. So you can cut it over like that, make it nice and flat on the head, pull this part back, and just piece and scrunch and build until everything gets as you want it. Hold up, need some hairspray. Okay, once everything is where you want it. Okay, now I'm gonna go put my dress on and you can see the finished look. All right, so here is the final look. I have completed it with a maroon Stella McCartney dress and a big, bold, gold Natori necklace. But as you can see, we've got the waves going, we've got the crease cut, eye look working, and a plum berry lip. Welcome fall, if only it felt like it. Oh well, we'll get there one of these days. Hope you found this tutorial incredibly helpful. I know it was longer than most, but I really wanted to show you a complete look as I've had many requests for an evening going out type of a look. So as you can see, I do listen to what you say and I try to accommodate you. So continue to offer your comments and suggestions. Give me some ideas because yours are better than mine. Follow me on social media as well as KPRC Channel 2 and enjoy the process of putting yourself together, getting ready for a fun night out, whether it's with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriends, whatever. Just go out there, as I always say, be bold and be blessed, and I'll see you in a week. Bye-bye.